Lepers in Molai area of Maiduguri say they are suffering from neglect because of health challenges and lack of means of survival. According to the World Health Organization report in 2020, new cases of leprosy dropped to 37% globally. In the same year, it recorded 127,558 new cases. Leprosy is a chronic infectious disease caused by Bacillus and Mycobacterium leprae. The report.
Molai General Hospital is located outskirts of Maiduguri metropolis. Before its transformation, the 60-year-old facility was a missionary hospital that treats and caters for leprosy patients. Behind the hospital is the leprosy colony, popularly called Angwankureche. It has over 200 residents in the area. Hanatu Samaila is among many villagers residing here. She contracted the disease 10 years ago after she had a 5-month-old miscarriage. The widow of 5 children lives alone and most often faces difficulty doing chores.
After the miscarriage, I had the disease. I couldn't lift anything. I can't farm. Sometimes I hardly feed. Sometimes I sleep on an empty stomach. My people don't visit me often because of my condition. My children too only check on me once in a while. I want the government to provide education for our children, and we need food.
Most of the residents are farmers, but the fear of attacks of Boko Haram has forced them to depend on support. According to the elders, they have suffered neglect and challenges of accessing affordable drugs.
Patients at home and in the hospital don't have access to drugs. Most of the prescribed drugs are scarce here, despite that we can't afford it. We also can't pay our children's school fees. My son has not completed his secondary school education.
Haka tukuna kuma gwamnati ya zo ya shiga ya karbi haji bitirin a hannun missionary.
Back then, during the missionary time, we were provided all amenities and support, but since the government took over the hospital, things changed. We get support, but not like before. Besides the support we get, we engage in farming, but with the threats of Boko Haram, we are afraid to return to the farm. We only expect support from people or organizations.
Hanatu hopes that her daily life gets easier pending when she and the community have the needed support that will be the source of their survival.
Although resumption of contractors to site after many months is cheering news, a community in Rigasa, a suburb of Kaduna, demand quality erosion and flooding control project completed on time. The project at Angwan Zage Zage, a community in Rigasa, Kaduna State, has been abandoned for over 6 months. The report.
Unguwar Zage-Zage is a small community in Rigasa, Kaduna State. Residents of the area said they have been suffering from erosion and flood-related issues for over 20 years. Bilatu Abubakar lost 5 rooms to the erosion problem.
It's been about 20 years since we've been suffering from this erosion. It was not big, but with time, the annual rainfall, the erosion has expanded to this level. I lost 3 rooms to the erosion. Our children often fell into the ditch when going to school, though we didn't experience much death but once. We live in a terrible situation because of this erosion.
Truly, during rainy season, there is no access here. You can see this trench. This is how we enter the trench before we get to the other place. There is no anything. That is how we cope. There is mud. That is how we cross. There is always people slippery. You understand? Yeah. And then the sand also. Sometimes you just see the sand fell. is a danger because it can fall on somebody. There are a lot of dangers.
Resumption of the contractor to the site after several months makes the community happy, though some residents say they are not certain about the job quality, since according to them, the contractor handling the project is not known to them.
My call to government, whenever they start a project, they should let us know who are the people doing the project, tell us the extent of the project, even the cost. It's possible they can tell us the cost so that we can also assess what the contractor is doing. Yes, and even report back to the clients, then report back to those that award the contract.
Whenever there is project, we used to go and familiarize ourselves with the contractors for us to give them a sporting hand. So unfortunately, when we came here, we did all we could to know who are the contractors, but all effort in vain. No any signboard that is placed to identify who are the people doing the work. One, and I could remember there was refuse that was dumped here. We expect them to pack the refuse before putting any other thing.
For years, the community lacked access road, forcing many to relocate to other locations.